Okay, hello friends. So if you are a aspiring Scrum Master and always wonder, does Scrum Master need to be technical? Does Scrum Master need to know coding? Or they do just need to do facilitator? Will the developer respect them if they do not talk about technical terms in the meetings? So if you are struggling, confused with these kind of questions, then watch this complete session and get rid of this dilemma. Friends, today we will deep dive into this topic with the help of our today's guest. So let me introduce today's guest. Okay, friends. So today Deepa is with us. She is working as an agile consultant, and in the past she had given two very important sessions. Uh, this is the first one: what to focus on when joining a new Scrum team. So if you have not seen this, do watch this session as well. I will put the link in the description box. And the second one is how to do transition to the Scrum Master role. So again, I will put the link. You can always go back and watch these two sessions. These are again a very wonderful session if you are starting your career as a Scrum Master or aspiring Scrum Master. So yeah, with this thought, Deepa, welcome to the Career Talk again. And what is your thought, opinion about today's topic? Like, does Scrum Master need to be technical? Over to you, Deepa.
Hey, first of all, a very warm, thanks for a warm welcome, and hello to everyone. Well, the topic is very interesting, actually. When you see that whether a Scrum Master should be technical, because there are different aspects how you see the word technical, right? So if you are thinking that yes, whether a Scrum Master should know coding and should be the next level's full stack developer, maybe no, not needed. But if you are thinking technical to be someone who understands the business along with the team, he or she, please pardon me on that, but if he or she is aware of should be aware of the business the team is working on or the functionality the team is working on, I would say yes. And if you consider it to be technical, then the answer would be yes. The Scrum Master should be technical. So it depends upon how you interpret the word technical, right? So if you ask me, so I'll answer it in 3 steps, right? First, should the Scrum Master be technical? More importantly, the essence of Scrum Master is more to be a facilitator, more to be a coach, more to be towards being a mentor, a teacher, right? A servant leader, more to act as a change agent, right? So those are the stances, and there are some more. You can just search over internet, you'll get the stances of a Scrum Master. That is the essence of a Scrum Master. Now, as a coach, you really need not to know the problem, right? But to help and coach the team to find a solution, right? That's the essence of that stance. But sometimes when your team is absolutely new, stuck into issues, they want someone to mentor them, right? And I often hear that, oh, if I'm not technical, my team is not going to respect me. That's one of the biggest challenges. We need to understand from where this question has arisen, right? Because people who have been performing as a Scrum Master started feeling, because I'm not technical, because I don't understand the discussions that my team is having, I can't provide solution or I can't help them. No, it's a myth, or it's not the right mindset that a Scrum Master is having at that moment, right? Because the focus here should not be to provide solution, but to guide them to get to the right solution. And to do that, if you feel that this team is not able to find a solution, it happens. It happens with every one of us. We all may be having our best days and the worst days, right? So the best thing the Scrum Master should do is for knowing who can help my team. That knowledge is definitely needed by the Scrum Master. You need not provide your own solutions. It's not needed, but you need to know who can help my team. You are an impediment remover, right? As a Scrum Master. So you as a person, as a Scrum Master, should know every person who would be the right person to fix this. or help my team? Because your team could be new. It could be something that they're working on a spike or some kind of really complex stories and they don't have the overview. That's the purpose why we are doing agile, that over a period of time the team gains that confidence, right? So if at the very nascent stage, if your team is not very confident, they would see, if you have to earn respect, you have to give respect, you have to be a good listener to them, and don't feel the urge to provide solutions. I know people in IT specifically are they have the mindset to be solution provider. That's how we have been wired, and it is not your fault. Let me tell you, we have been wired like that. Most of us are from engineering background or have done a master's in or like in computer application and all. So it's very natural. You want to solve it, right? But the essence of a Scrum Master is different. It's more into servant leadership, right? So how do you help the team, right? If you feel that you're not able to help, I can understand the dilemma or the challenge that you feel, right? I empathize with that. So instead of fearing that my team will not respect me because I'm not technical, you have to think it from a different standpoint, right? How can I be effective? How can I serve my team? When you start asking these questions to yourself, right? Every Scrum Master should introspect, or for that matter, everyone should introspect, right? How am I adding value to my team? So then you will realize that it is not just always by providing answers. It's also by helping them find the answers, organizing those discussions, helping them with the various techniques which are around, right? Facilitating a brainstorming session, inviting SMEs from outside that help my team, right? Those things will definitely bring the confidence of your team on you, because they know that, yes, so and so is going to help us out, right? So that is number one. So when it comes to technical, as in not understanding the real technical discussions that's happening. Also, I would put it this way, that as a Scrum Master, you are not just a scribe or an assistant kind of thing. That's what I see most around, mostly, that they all end up just scheduling meetings or filling up Confluence pages and updating Jira, right? No, don't do that. Don't get into that, because the moment you get into that, you can't get out of that, because the expectations from everywhere would be that this is your piece of work, right? So being technical, to me, I would say, for a Scrum Master, what is the technical skill a Scrum Master should have, right? So for me, the technical skill a Scrum Master should have, right, or a must have, is he should be aware of the technical practices, right? Extreme programming practices. He should encourage pair programming, encourage, if possible, encourage how to leverage the BDD practices, TDD practices. In case your team is not aware of it, coach them how it can help them, taking the items which are there in the current backlog, right? Doing some kind of prototyping, encouraging improvements. Those are the areas where the Scrum Master should help. And that is the technical knowledge you should have. Now, are we all at that niche level that we all have all the needed technical knowledge? No, probably not. Not even me, or not even you, Sumit, right? We all are not there, and you can never be there. It's a journey, right? 2 years back, I used to feel I'm a great Scrum Master. When I look back, I realized, okay, no, I have improved upon the period, right? That I have, you grow in a role. You understand the nuances. You understand what are the little things that you should be focusing on. So if you ever feel this, like, to all my fellow viewers, right, that I am not technical, can I be a good Scrum Master? My answer would be, define technical first. Understand why you are even asking this question. Because as a Scrum Master, you have to ensure Scrum is practiced. You have to ensure, like I said, there are these stances that you have to improve upon. And I believe that individually, to all those 8 stances that we have for a Scrum Master, like an impediment remover. So to know your effectiveness, right? You just create maybe a spider chart, or maybe some kind of radar for yourself, right? Information radar skill, that you are an impediment, as an impediment remover, how effective you are. As a facilitator, how effective you are. As a coach, how effective you are. As a teacher, how effective you are, right? And so on and so forth, like a servant leader, manager, change agent, mentor, right? Look through all these aspects and check whether you are effective in these areas and how you can improve on the effectiveness. That should be your point of concern. Not so. I'll just share as an impediment remover, right? What should be your technical skill needed, right? I'll put it that way. So as an impediment remover, your first technical skill is knowing the key stakeholders who can actually help you remove the impediments, right? Who are my team connected to or working with, or what's the source of my requirements coming from the PO. Of course, you can liaise with the PO, but as a Scrum Master, those names should be on your fingertips, and you should have a very good relationship with them. That's the first thing. That's the technical skill that is needed. Now you call it technical, you call it soft skill, you call it your your charm, up to you. But that is a skill that you need to have. Now, if you have joined recently into a team, you may feel that, no, I'm not there. How do I help still? Fine. The Tuckman's model of forming, norming, storming, right? It is going to still apply to you. You are also part of the team. Give it time. Don't be hasty on yourself. Don't be hasty to be like, no, I want to be effective right from day one. No, nobody is effective. It's just a myth. Right? So go step by step. So as an impediment remover, start gauging out who are the key stakeholders who can help me within the organization, within the team, then outside the team, within the organization, outside the organization. Typically, we are all working in service industry, right? Like more into, I don't know, if you are in product-based company, well and good. I can quote my example from what I do, right? So within organization, outside organization, for the client I'm working. So maybe find the key stakeholders who can help me, diffuse those impediments quicker. That is how you help your team. The second one is as a facilitator. So the key techniques you should learn is how to facilitate better, how to bring newness to your facilitation, right? That's my biggest challenge. How do I facilitate retrospectives different ways? That's the technical skill that you would need. How do I facilitate a discussion or a conversation? Suppose you have a value stream mapping discussion going on, or you have a PI planning going on, and your team is like literally lost with so much of information. How to do? Improve on your facilitation skill. How can I prepare better for facilitating this? How can I leverage the usage of collaboration tools for real-time discussions, right? Those are your key technical skills you should know. You call it technical, you call it collaborative, up to you. But that is what I would look in a Scrum Master, whether you are aware of those tools or not. Like you say, I understand it very well and I'm going to collaborate, but I don't know how to use any collaborative tool. Probably you are technically challenged then, right? So in that case, go ahead and prepare yourself, right? It's nowhere. So like I said, prepare I talked about the 8 stances, right? You prepare yourself. Okay, I would score myself 2 out of 5 when it comes to facilitation, because I really don't know how to do it by leveraging the tools. I would learn that, right? You learn that. You don't have to go ahead and learn Java coding, yeah? You don't have to go ahead and learn scripting or how. Yes, of course, you should know the basics. You can learn that. That's a good to have, I would say. It's good to have, no doubt about it. Yeah. When it comes to coaching, learn the coaching techniques, right? Learn about Grow model, learn about the various other frameworks which are available, right? Read lots of books. I think on the second session also I mentioned I have this huge list of books already at my home. I keep rereading them, right? The reason is you tend to forget. I at least tend to forget. I don't have that retention within me. So read, avoid that vice trap. That's very, very important. But why? Because as a coach, when you feel that no, I know a bit about the process, you start instead of coaching them, you start giving your solutions. Don't do that. So if you don't know the technical part of it in the core, like in terms of code, it's good for you. You'll be a better Scrum Master. But you should definitely know the various coaching techniques around, right? So if you don't know, again, rate yourself in a scale of 1 to 5. Where do I put myself? Do I know enough coaching techniques? And it's not just about knowing it, whether I'm practicing. You can be honest to yourself, because this chart is not something that you're going to share with anyone. It's just for your own self-awareness, right? So if you want to be effective, you have to be really honest with yourself. And you can make those, some actionable items for yourself. You can set some deadlines and try and implement it. Don't start all of it again, all at a time. Take one improvement at a time. What matters is consistency and not quantity. Trust me. Be consistent in improving your own self in Scrum Mastery. Scrum, they say, is easy to understand, but difficult to master, right? So this would be a continuous journey and it would take time. You have to be patient with yourself. Coming to as a teacher, right? So as a teacher, you have to teach Scrum. And I'm sure you know Scrum better than anyone else in that team, right? So as a teacher, for you, it is important that you teach them the purpose of each event, the purpose of the artifacts, right? Artifacts are there to bring in transparency. Is it up to date? If not, teach the team the benefits of it. Show them the value behind doing it. Ensure that all the events that are being held, they are not just to do Agile, but to be Agile, right? Because when you are having so many events, it's important for the Scrum Master to ensure that those events are effective in bringing in agility in the team. Correct? The purpose of using a framework is to bring in agility, team agility, right? So ensure that as a Scrum Master, you are able to teach the values of the various events that you have. Use it as an opportunity to inspect and adapt, right? Every event. So that's the basic purpose of your role as a teacher, right? And how you teach, how you want to teach, what skills you should use. These are all soft skills, right? And I always felt it is so difficult to learn soft skills, but I was wrong, right? Because the more you practice, the more you retrospect what went wrong, you just keep improving. Remember, consistency is the key. As a servant leader, right? Your job as a Scrum Master is not just to serve the team. You are there to serve the PO. You're also there to serve the organization. So how do you leverage the agility all across all the layers, right? Those are the skills that you should be focusing on and not on the coding skills. I hope you are understanding what I want to convey when I say technical, right? As a servant leadership, how you serve your team, what kind of preparations you do. Like, for example, for every event, I list down what are my requirements, right? For sprint planning, I want my PO to ensure that he is ready with his stories. So I don't just schedule a call. I also have a one-to-one discussion with my PO. Are we ready for the upcoming sprint planning? Are the stories ready? Are the acceptance criteria defined? Is there any challenge? So I try and facilitate much before the sprint planning to ensure that sprint planning inputs are in place, right? I already work with the teams. Do you see any challenge with the estimations? Do you already see there are some gaps? Highlight it, right? So you are there to bring awareness among the team because your team is really, really busy with doing the work, right? So you as a Scrum Master have to serve the team without authority, without, command and control. So that's a very niche skill and a niche technical skill, I would say. Yeah, to get things done without authority. Yeah. You also are a manager, right? There will be ups and downs in the team. There would be changing requirements. There would be unforeseen leads. Yeah, there would be also too many, the go live dates getting changed or business having different kind of. So you also need to act as a manager. You cannot say, no, I'm not a manager, I'm a Scrum Master. Got to manage. When I say you got to manage, you have to manage the people, right? You're a people manager. You have to manage people, and that's the most difficult task. Every technical issue that is there boils down to people issue when you deep dive, right? Oh, this happened, this was not given. Why? Because somebody actually forgot to actually mention that there is some changing requirements. They overseen that. Why did we oversee it? Maybe, I did not want to talk to that person. Right? So everything boils down to people skills. Trust me. So you are the person who has to, understand the what needs to be done so that you are securing your iteration goals. The team is securing the iteration goals. Yeah. Coming as change agents, I think you are the biggest change agent for any agile transformations. It's the Scrum Master who are the change agents. And when you ask me what is a change agent, I said the change first comes. We always say, right? People, processes, tools. So yes, you have to first change the tool sets. Maybe you have to get, be aware about what are the various tools which can help you. Like you should have technical skills around Jira, Line, Azure DevOps, and so on and so forth. Rally, you can choose any tool that you want, right? And you need to have some where you want to store, like Confluence and all. So that tool awareness, which tool should be implemented for the tool. In most cases, the tools are already implemented, but do you want to get really, is it helping you, or you want to change the tool set, right? Like I can tell you in my engagements, there I always introduce new tools. That no, let's change the tools, because at sometimes it brings that new synergy also. Yeah. So as change agents, you bring that cultural change. That's the most important, right? Removing the blame game, and these are all technical skills for a Scrum Master, right? So, and last but not the least, mentoring in Scrum techniques, mentoring in building better relationships, mentoring in understanding the problem, right? How do you get into the problem? By facilitating the various problem solving workshops, maybe, or facilitating some kind of brainstorming sessions, and even forget that, even for facilitating some fun events, right? Even that can bring in synergy and more togetherness. Your ultimate aim is to get the team do the work, empower the team, and make them self-organizing, right? That is your ultimate aim. If you achieve that, I think you have done a fantastic job. So if you ask me, when it comes to the technical skills of Scrum Master, it boils down to something which would help them to be more effective, again, in serving the team, right? So it really doesn't matter which background you are coming from, or what is your technical skill and all. What matters is what is your innate calling? Is it to serve the people? Do you love that? Do you love to see people grow? Because Scrum Mastery is a thankless job. And I think many of you would agree to it, because people feel that Scrum Master is not contributing to the solution development, right? You're not contributing. You're just facilitating, because what they see is what you make very evident, like scheduling calls, doing but what is more important that you do is something that is intangible, and that can only be felt, right? So yes, I may sound very eerie here, but no, it can only be felt, right? You can't show it somewhere that, okay, I have been effective this way. So my recommendation would be that do not feel scared that no, I'm not technical, so I can't do it. I think you should look at it differently. How I can add value to the team. And you can add value to the team definitely by not being technical, because the team that you have is technologically equipped, right? They don't need technology help. They need the help that Scrum Master is supposed to provide. Yeah. So that's my take, Sunat. Over to you.
Thanks, Deepa. Just a small, it's not a follow-up, but then there are a lot of people out there who are not from a IT background, and they also now coming as a Scrum Master. They have done, 1 or 2 certifications, and they are learning from different methods, Udemy, and all those courses, and they also want to join as a Scrum Master. So, what is your take on for those people who are not from a IT? Actually, because now Agile Scrum is from for all the organizations, not specifically for IT, right? But then because majority of the projects are based in IT, so that's a we are thinking in that way, right? But then there are many people, non-IT people. So what is your thought on that part, Deepa?
See, what I feel is anybody can be a Scrum Master provided he listens honestly to his innate calling. I always say that not everybody can be a good Scrum Master. Not everyone, right? Because here, this is a role of servant leadership. You should be able to serve. And I already mentioned the skills that is needed. So if you're coming from a non-IT background, so you still should be familiarized with using of this collaborative tools, right? You should be aware how Jira works, and you should have some basic understanding how IT works, right? How IT as a business works. Today, if I have to change my career to a different business, right, altogether, not from IT, I want to go into, let's say, retail, right? I need to understand how retail works. I cannot be completely oblivious and say, no, I will still be an effective Scrum Master. No, you have to understand what are the basics in any kind of IT projects. So that is important. Otherwise, you will feel lost, right? You will not understand what discussions are going on. You need not understand the technical, okay, the flow or this table is not working or data is not. You need not understand that, but you need to understand the overall picture, right? What is the functionality that the team is trying to deliver? So that understanding is needed, and how they are going to deliver, right? What are the various environments the team is supporting? So that understanding is definitely helpful, and that is a must-have, I would say, for those people not in IT. But otherwise, there is no stopping, right? I mean, there is nothing as impossible. The word impossible also says I am possible, right? So I think it is possible, provided you are equipped with the needed knowledge. Right. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Deepa, for all that detailed explanation. I hope that whoever is going to watch this particular session, they will learn a lot of things. They will take a lot of inputs from this particular session, and yeah, they will be full of confidence after watching this your energetic video. I would say, Deepa. So yeah, with this thought, thanks, and hope to see you soon. You will not, we will not wait for more videos from you, Deepa. So yeah, with this thought, thanks again, Deepa, for your time today.
Thanks for having me, Sunat. You're doing a great job here. So thank you very much, and more success to you and career talks. Thank you.
Thanks, Deepa. Thank you.